Picture this. You've just spent months designing the perfect product. You've negotiated prices, lined up a supplier, wired over the payment, and then you get your first shipment. Everything arrives and you're excited and you rip open everything, and then absolute disaster. The color's wrong, the dimensions are off, the materials are cheaper than a knockoff watch from a dodgy side street market stall. And now what? Refund? Not happening. Suppliers ignoring your messages? Of course they are. That's why today I'm going to show you the one document that could have prevented this whole mess. It's called a Product Specification Sheet, or PSS. And if you're sourcing from China, this is your contract's best friend. Without it, you're gambling, and with it, you're in control. So let's get into it. What is a Product Specification Sheet, or a PSS? It's the document that tells your supplier exactly what your product should be. It covers everything: materials, dimensions, weight, functionality, safety standards, the whole lot. It's what helps prevent your supplier from cutting corners. It's what ensures your factory knows how you want your product to be made, and most importantly, it's what you can refer back to if something goes wrong. Think of it as a blueprint. A contract might say the supplier must make high-quality products. Sounds good, right? But what does high quality actually mean? To you, it might mean premium stainless steel. To your supplier, it might mean cheap coated metal that rusts in 2 weeks. If you don't spell it out, you're leaving it up to their interpretation. And trust me, when suppliers are looking to cut costs, they'll interpret things in a way that saves them money, not in a way that protects your product. So why is a PSS critical for China sourcing? Let's be clear, in China manufacturing, it isn't about quality, it's about efficiency. Factories run at speed, thousands of units churned out every single day. Now imagine they start mass producing your product and something's wrong. That's not 10, 20, or 100 units, that's thousands of units, all defective. And when that happens, you've got two choices. Number one, accept a huge loss and try to resell garbage. Or number two, fight your supplier, waste months, and still probably lose. That's why a detailed PSS is a non-negotiable. And don't assume a purchase contract alone is enough. A contract tells the supplier to deliver the product, but the PSS tells them exactly how it should be made. Kind of like how I'm telling you exactly where the like button is, so that you can go ahead and smash that so the algorithm will show this video to more importers who really need to see it. So back to the PSS. If you don't provide a PSS, you're giving your suppliers room to take shortcuts, and guess what? They will take them. Now let's break this down. Here's what needs to go into your PSS. Number one, materials. This one's massive. If you don't specify the materials, you're basically saying use whatever's cheapest. For example, if your product needs 100% stainless steel, like 304 grade, and you don't specify it, your supplier may swap in 201 stainless steel. Cheaper and more prone to rust. Need pure cotton fabric? Don't just write cotton. Your supplier could mix in polyester to save costs. Be precise. List the material, the grade, and any certifications. Secondly, measurements and dimensions. A single millimeter can ruin your product. A phone case that's 1 millimeter too tight won't fit. A screw that's slightly too big won't thread properly. A box that's a few centimeters off won't stack properly on pallets. Massive shipping costs increase. List every measurement: length, width, height, weight, thickness, all of it, and double check if you're using imperial or metric, because that mix-up, it happens more than you think. Number three, appearance. Don't just say blue or red. Suppliers don't work like that. Use Pantone codes or specific color samples. If the finish matters, matte, glossy, textured, write it down. Otherwise, you could end up with cheap plastic that looks nothing like what you wanted. Number four, functions and components. How does your product actually work? If it folds, specify the hinge durability. If it clips, describe the locking mechanism. If it moves, outline how much force should be needed. Think of your end user. What happens if this part fails? What if it's stiff, loose, or misaligned? Get specific. Don't let your supplier guess. 5, packaging requirements. If you sell on Amazon FBA, you already know this. Packaging is a massive deal. If your supplier uses flimsy cardboard and your product arrives damaged, that's on you. So be clear. Think box dimensions, thickness, packaging material, bubble wrap, foam inserts, etc., weight limits, label placement, and if it's fragile, specify drop test requirements because good packaging is subjective. And finally, we have health, safety, and compliance. If your product needs certifications, list them. For example, selling electronics, CE, FCC, or UL certification might be required. Kids products, they must meet ASTM F963 safety standards. If you don't clarify compliance, your supplier might use unapproved materials and suddenly your shipment is stuck in customs or recalled. So here's where most importers get it wrong. Being too vague. High quality means nothing unless you define it. Forgetting tolerances. If a factory has a plus or minus 2mm tolerance on a 10mm part, you might get a 12mm piece. That's useless. No quality control plan. If you're not checking samples before mass production, you're playing roulette. Assuming your supplier understands, always ask, do you fully understand these specs? And get their confirmation in writing. How a strong PSS saves you time and money. A solid PSS prevents defects. No shortcuts, no assumptions. It cuts disputes. If a supplier fails to meet your specs, you have proof and recourse. It speeds up production. Factories love clarity. The clearer your specs, the faster they work. It boosts profitability. Fewer defects, better reviews, fewer refunds. So, in conclusion, here's what you need to do next. Review your PSS before sending it. Double check everything. Get supplier confirmation. If they're unsure, fix it now before production starts. Request a pre-production sample. Always inspect one unit before mass production. That's it. If you're serious about sourcing, don't skip this step because in China, details aren't just important, they're everything. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, please be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more videos on how you can get the best price, quality, and on-time delivery from your manufacturer. Also, go check out our new podcast right here, filled with decades of sourcing expertise to help you navigate the waters of international buying. That's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one.